So Destiny has done a lot of changing, a lot of evolving, especially with Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, which is definitely one of the most instrumental expansions the franchise has ever seen, and in my opinion so far as is by far my favorite expansion we've ever gotten. There's just so much good. While there is some minor complaints, a lot of that I guess you could say I can tolerate compared to just the things I love about this expansion. Now, one of the things I love about this expansion was the new character introduced, Rhulk, the first disciple of the Witness. Now, as it stands now, I have not done the raid, so I won't show you any encounters. I won't show you any footage from that, so we won't be getting full spoilerish with how the encounters work. But if you guys are looking for just an introductory or some discussion about this character, we'll be doing that here. We'll also show off this amazing artwork that was done by Bungie. They showcased it on ArtStation. I'll definitely link that whole thing down below. One of the best concept arts and just arts in general that Bungie has showcased. I love that they do these things. And yeah, so Rhulk, the first disciple of the Witness, is a major player in the world of Destiny. Now, with some of the lore and some of the things that I've read so far, he is a full-on believer of the Witness. He has committed entirely, and from his looks, if we look here closely, we do not know exactly if he was altered by the Witness to appear like this, like his race was altered by the Witness, because he does seem a little blocky and things like that, or this is his race in general. Now, one thing about his race was that they were touched by the Traveler, and it abandoned them, leading to tyranny and things like that, and obviously this character at that point became a full-on disciple of the Witness. So this makes me question other potential races that the Witness has seen and touched, because I think this is the introductory of a brand new faction. I guess you could call them the Disciples of the Witness. Now, whether this be an army, whether it be like a literal few disciples, who knows? But the disciple, or Rhulk in this case, was commanding this pyramid. He was working in tandem of Savathûn. Even Savathûn feared him. And yeah, there could be other ones out there. Now, this is a little spoilers for the Dead Messenger exotic grenade launcher. Callus is making his way back into play. Got mentioned again. His stuff was showcased even after it was, I guess you could say, the Leviathan was taken. We do know he communed with the darkness and it was taken. Clearly, that was the Witness he communed with, and I'm sure recruited him. So I think Callus could be another disciple. Now, I would hope his appearance changes similar to how it looks to the Rhulk disciple. But yeah. What does this mean for the future of the franchise, our baddies? I think we're going to be turning away from our traditional factions, the Vex, you know, the Hive, the Cabal. I do think we're going to be heading into a new area of new factions. I don't think we're going to be not fighting them at all, but things are really guiding towards a new player entering the scene, and Rhulk showcases that. Another thing Rhulk has done, he played a major part of turning the Hive into the Hive, or the Krill into the Hive. And what I mean by that is he kind of guided the worm, or Savathûn's worm, into going to the deep, tricking the Hive into becoming the Hive, you know, embracing the darkness, because we do know that the Kree were going to be touched by the Traveler soon, but the Traveler got there too late, and the Witness got there before, or at least the powers of the darkness got there before. So this character really does change a lot for the lore, the story, and the world of Destiny. This can mean brand new villains, brand new antagonists, and it makes me wonder, will there be other places like, let's say, Elixni or the Fallen? Will we see a disciple from that little faction? I don't think so, because you can say that Aramis was kind of that herself. But at the same time, we know Aramis isn't dead, I guess you could say. She's frozen in stasis, and I'm sure that she can come back. Will she enter play and become a disciple? I have no idea. I kind of hope so. I did like her character, but her character just didn't get enough breathing room, I guess you could say, for everybody, compared to like Savathûn or Rhulk. Things like that, where it flowed a lot better with the world going on. Callus is definitely a disciple. Are there any other races we'll see that the Traveler touched, abandoned, and the Witness recruited? It definitely makes things interesting in the Witness perspective of him obviously being a destroyer and a Deathbringer, but at the same time, he recruits people. And who else will this recruit? Who knows, but Rhulk is, I guess you could say, the most surprising part of this expansion, and definitely one of the best things to ever show up in Destiny. Even the encounter, if you guys watch it, it looks phenomenally well done in terms of just, it's a different vibe. He is a different style of boss in a raid. Usually they're more stagnant. This is actually highly mobile and really aggressive, and motherfucker will kick you. But in general, guys, let me know what you guys think about the disciples, the idea of that, Aramis, Callus, you know, other disciples the Traveler has touched. Is there a possibility that we get a brand new faction? I mean, I think it's highly likely. What they're going with, I guess you could say, the exotic SMG, which is kind of a toxic trait. It has different races coming into play. Definitely how Rhulk is, and just a more, you know, specific army that represents the darkness than the Scorn, than the Taken. Who knows? I do think we're turning the page on the traditional 3, which is the Fallen, the Cabal, and the Hive. But I could be wrong. We could still see those factions play a big part in the story going forward. But I'm excited to see what happens. Read more of the lore, see what happens throughout the season of the Risen, how that plays out, the following seasons, building all the way up to Lightfall. I am at a peak point with Destiny right now, and every time I think I reach my peak with Destiny, they keep on going higher and higher and higher, and I'm really excited. So with that being said, all I gotta say on this one, if you guys have liked this video, found it informative, definitely drop this video a like, helps out the video a lot. And if you guys are new here and want more content like this, or any other Destiny 2 content you see me cover on my channel, as well as Call of Duty content, even though I haven't played that game too much because Destiny is just a far superior game right now, I will be bringing content regularly with Call of Duty back in the fold. So if you guys do like Call of Duty, definitely subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when that drops, or any other content you see drops from me. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.